The following program is rated MA and may contain themes that may not be appropriate for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hip-hop, trendsetters, the school of hard knocks and that attitude era. Yeah, I just wanted to be one of the best. Holding the mic as I'm yelling out D-Generation X. I will remember it. I'll never forget it. We've come a pretty long way. There's so much I could say. It's never really gone away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday night, time for the Raw Patrol. It is OMD, Chris Parrish, and myself, as well as Logan.
Why are you?
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of WrestleMania week. And Old Town Sacramento, California, I think, is going to have a very, very difficult night keeping the roof on the place, as we are hearing from Roman Reigns right off the bat.
Yes, live from Sacramento. We're mining for gold, everyone, because there is a lot of stories going into WrestleMania week. Roman Reigns, he's mining for the ultimate prize in the World Heavyweight Championship. But yes, I'm Chris Parrish, Home Dynamic, Chris Best, Logan Thompson, the face of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Help Program. So yes, that is it. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I had a great night out last night. I got to go and see one of my favorite bands, Pop Evil. And had a great night out with Carl Carafel, our very own. Great to see all of you guys here tonight. So thank you guys. How are you guys doing?
I'm just, I'm hyped and I'm looking forward to tonight's show. I mean, we always look at like the WrestleMania week, especially WrestleMania, and the Raw after WrestleMania is the most important shows of the year. But even those go-home shows are just as important as the events themselves.
Yes. And this is a show that they've kept their cards close to their vest. We have no idea what is actually going to happen other than Roman Reigns is back on Raw. CM Punk is going to be on Raw. Seth Rollins and Gunther are here. Brock and Oba are here. That is all they divulged to us today for any type of information.
Yes. Also want to let everybody know we are one subscription away on YouTube from 200. So if you can just tell one person that so they can be number 200, that would be fantastic. We do have a goal of hitting 225 by WrestleMania night 1. So if you can, hit that subscription button on the YouTube side, hit that notification bell, because you want to be alert every time Turnbuckle Studio is live, and we are live every day of the week. So we got you covered with content.
And if you're watching us over on the Facebook side, go ahead and share this out too as well.
We have the women's world champion Stephanie Vaquer coming down, and we even have ourselves a singles match. That was kind of the reverse from Friday, as Charlotte takes on Lyra Valkyria.
Yes. And we just saw Gunther come off of his tour bus.
Didn't we suspect that was going to happen?
For someone
Logan,
who
how are you
didn't
feeling
want to
about
come
the show
over
tonight?
North America, he's really made that
Pretty good. Just kind of studying for. I have 2 exams left. We're almost out.
All right. Well, you got to get that average up to that 95. So
Yeah. At this point, yeah. I'm hoping to see what this. I had my mental health exam this morning, so I'm really hoping to see what that grade is.
yeah.
Okay, I just looked up and I didn't even see that it mentioned last Monday. And I thought we were starting off with the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, coming out because all I saw was the Titantron.
Yeah, this was absolute carnage to end last Monday and a contract signing that never happened.
And Brock Lesnar and Obafemi are in the building tonight.
Yes.
It's going to be a dangerous minute. And that's all they need. It's going to be a dangerous one, though.
I mean, for GM like Adam Pearce, who has said in the past that he likes the chaos, he really gets a little like aggravated when the chaos does come. So is he not like, if you go to his desk and it has Adam Pearce, Raw General Manager, just not says like, we put you so right underneath it? Or, but I mean, this is what you want going into WrestleMania. You want this carnage. We've talked about the Jacob Fatu and the Drew McIntyre carnage, the Stephanie Vakir and Liv Morgan carnage. I mean, with the Easter eggs they have on their heads between Liv and Roxanne, as Babadook coming in saying, "Good evening, gentlemen."
I was about to say, what's going on, brother?
Gentlemen, because I'm assuming he means the whole world.
Yes, and as we all witnessed today, Liv Morgan dropped a new music video.
Oh, kind of crazy, eh?
And it was actually not a horrible song.
No, it wasn't terrible.
I mean, but I know Bubba Duke's in the chat. In chat, he's probably saying it's no sexy red, but maybe he'll probably give it a shout.
We do have Adam Pearce and Triple H in the ring once again to open Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and you have to think this
Pierce
is
has
trying
got
to get
that contract in his hand.
And it's already starting. Here comes the minute. Count it down.
Yeah. I mean, it's cute that he wants to do it separately. It's cute that the effort's there.
I mean, remember the last time they tried to keep Brock Lesnar separate from someone? Samoa Joe ended up basically tearing down the arena to get to Samoa Joe, or to get to Brock Lesnar.
Well, I mean, I say it's cute that they're trying, but there's 2 men who are going to execute on failing to keep things separated. They're not really feeling much offspring right now.
I was going to go there too, Parrish.
Isn't it crazy that in 2026 now we're looking at Brock Lesnar with full out like ponytail and long hair, and we're just like, yep, he still could like do the Incredible Hulk flip flap beating us up thing.
Trinity God. Yeah. Like, I'll never forget, like, when I saw him in Toronto in 2017 at Raw, I wasn't very close, unfortunately, but you could feel that energy from him. Like, okay, I'm all the way up here and I'm still terrified of you. Somewhere on my Facebook, I have a video where like I zoom up on him. I'm like, holy crap, I know I'm zoomed, but geez, he looks huge.
It's that thing that we always talk about that most wrestlers have, and it's a guy that Brock Lesnar certainly has it, but it's the aura of Brock Lesnar that we experience, because even watching him through the screen, we feel that aura.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also crazy that this man once left WWE because he didn't like the fame, he didn't like the notoriety, he didn't like the travel. And with that being true, I feel like this is the most he's been traveling in being in WWE in the last 2 years. Yeah, than he's ever really done
since he came back
that last point
in 2012, I would say.
Yep.
Mhm.
And Brock Lesnar
Well,
has
maybe-
signed the contract, shaken the hand of Adam Pearce, and bowed down. And Paul Heyman shook Triple H's hand.
And it
I'm
just looked
gonna
like
put
Brock
this out
Lesnar
there.
was
Go ahead,
it
Bess.
looked like Brock Lesnar was ribbing Triple H there a little bit with that his taunt.
Hey, if he's retired, somebody has to take it, right? That's how wrestling works.
Yeah.
I mean, your boy Joe Hendry did an attitude adjustment and Stand and Deliver.
I know he did.
So
Did anyone else find it a little weird that Stand Deliver's not on at least the same week as WrestleMania this year?
yeah, but they also cleared it out and saying like that weekend is way too hectic and with the Hall of
100%.
Fame ceremony. Like
I
it makes
actually
all the
appreciate it.
sense.
I just thought it was weird.
I just wish it was like the weekend before. I think that would have been so much better.
Yeah, rather than 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Now the next move I want them to do is to move the Hall of Fame to a different day because watching it after the SmackDown, that's a lot.
Well, why not do Stand and Deliver on the Saturday, do Hall of Fame Sunday week before, and then you can just give us all the wrestling on WrestleMania weekend.
Yep, I agree with that.
Oh, see?
It gives the Hall of Famers their like a little bit more time to at least this is our Hall of Fame class. Because I mean, up to the Hall of Fame and like the NFL, they talk about it for 2 weeks at the Pro Bowl and everything else at all the events around the Super Bowls. So I mean, it's no different to me.
Yeah. Or flip it, do the Hall of Fame on the Saturday so everyone can get absolutely wasted afterwards. Because we know it's happening. Every year we see Jey Uso absolutely zonked out of his mind. At these
I don't even
things.
think it would be
He's
bad
an
if you
HR
did
liability.
if you did the Hall of Fame on the Friday afternoon prior to SmackDown.
See, even that's a bit much, though, But I mean, if you want to keep it in the same weekend, just put it on the Thursday beforehand.
But I mean, so far though, doing this thing separately is working.
Mm-hmm.
He's already passed the assignment. He's halfway there. Might also be the name of my next show on Sunday. Actually, it's not. It's the halftime show. But in my head, I was always thinking Bon Jovi. I'm just like expecting IShow Speed to do that spot later where he jumps over someone and then Braun Breaker just comes and spears him one more time and hits like the modern day version of Kane and Pete Rose. We got Throwback coming in on Facebook saying the boys are back, the boys are back, the boys are back, and they're looking for trouble. Nice shout out to the Dropkick Murphys. Sorry, Best.
I was gonna say I kind of want to see that kind of leapfrog spot, but if it's done to like say Obafemi or Brock Lesnar, and he just catches you in a power bomb,
or like somebody just throws a chair at you, because I love it when people just toss chairs at people from like distance. Like when Strowman did it to Roman, I couldn't stop laughing.
Dude, that's what I thought.
That was the Raw I went to. Was that show?
That's what
that was
I
the
thought
street
of.
fight. That was the main event. It was awesome.
That's what I thought of last week when they were throwing the office chair at one another. Brock Lesnar and Obafemi there. I thought
especially for whoever put like the Windows like sounds to it, and they're like the boop, and then they just see a Roman going there, do 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 do. Like that was classic.
It's crazy because he's actually been training with Randy for the better part of a year now.
Yeah.
I think he's actually going to surprise us at Mania. I think there's going to be something that he does where we're just like, okay, like, all right.
Well, nowadays we're seeing people who are coming into wrestling putting in the work to train and to learn the craft. And I think this is a testament to how good the training and the PC is because people can go there and they can get ready if you're putting in the work, because you got like the likes of the who's training you. You're talking Randy Orton's taking the time out, but then you got Shawn Michaels at the helm, with NXT. You got AJ Styles there helping out once in a while. Sometimes the Undertaker's back there, and then all of a sudden you got like Steve Corino back there. You got just everyone.
I mean, eventually even getting like to Matt Bloom, Terry Taylor, all those guys.
Norman Smiley's there. But speaking of training, we got ISHO Speed training with Austin Theory and Logan Paul here. Maybe
yes, and
he doesn't look as reluctant as last week.
No, he does not. And in that video, if you saw, there was a little in one of the corners at one point, there was a drop shot of Randy Orton there.
Mm-hmm. And once again, we want to give the shout out to Jimmy Uso, who over the weekend had a baby boy.
Oh, congratulations to Jimmy Uso and Naomi.
That's like it's so weird. That's like the fourth time I've seen in like over 3 months. I was like, none of these are true until now.
Yeah, I'm not one to mess up my births, all right?
Like, I didn't see it from Naomi's account. The Uso account hasn't posted it. Something not right here.
No, I mean, I'm not. I think it's like a new generational thing where you post every single life event on social media.
Yeah,
if you're an
pretty
80s
much
kid or older, you're not doing it. Maybe early 90s. I'll give those people a little bit of credit too.
Yeah,
anything after
you can.
Anything after 2000s, you're different.
You're done.
And this is coming from maybe one of the oldest bunches that you see on a streamcast. So.
As we do see Charlotte Flair in the ring, awaiting her opponent Lyra Valkyria, and Alexa Bliss, of course, on the outside, accompanying her tag team partner.
And I'm kind of looking forward to this match here, because Lyra Valkyria and Charlotte, I think, are going to put on a killer match here. You got two contrasting styles. You got the technicality, expertise of Charlotte against the high flying of Lyra Valkyria. That's basically a match made in heaven to me.
Yes, but let's not forget, Lyra has those technical expertise, and she can lock up with the best of them as far as the athleticism and the technical prowess goes.
Yeah, and like let's not forget, like she went her first year. I was gonna say, let's not forget, in her first year on the main roster, she went to the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. She was the inaugural women's intercontinental champion, and she has just absolutely surprised people. She won tag team championships in her first WrestleMania, and she's doing it again in her second.
Absolutely, she is.
But I think it's worth noting the women's world tag team champions are allowed to go to Raw, even though they are SmackDown superstars. So will we see the irresistible forces in Lash Legend and Nia Jax, as well as the ones who aren't assigned to a roster, Nikki and Brie Bella? Will we get actual conclusive feedback if whether or not the Bellas are still a go for WrestleMania?
Yeah, are we going to get that definitive answer, or do we get another tag team put in that spot?
And here's the thing, every time we've seen these matches between these tag teams, we have seen the other teams that are not involved in the matches show up after the match or even during the match to cost them over the last couple of weeks. So I 100% think that we are going to see either one of those two teams that are not in this matchup get involved.
Yes, and I mean, even last week we saw a little bit of aggression and maybe some heel tactics out of Bayley and Lyra, because Bayley was facing Lash Legend, who went for a superplex, and Lyra tripped her and held her ankle as she was going to deliver that, which led to Bayley picking up the win.
Well, I'm not, yeah, sure, it is a heel tactic, but at the same time, it's a do whatever it takes to get the win. kind of thing.
Oh,
To try and
absolutely.
get that upper hand against the other teams that you're going up against going into WrestleMania.
Absolutely. I mean, the kid gloves are off. All bets are off. It is time to double down on everything. This is WrestleMania week.
Now is the time to go.
If we're seeing the WrestleMania stage being put in, as they're letting us know what is on tap for the WrestleMania weekend, let's just let everybody know a quick little what's on tap if you want to shop some Turnbuckle Studios.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And we want you to head on over to the shop, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters, wear what we wear. All of those proceeds come back into our studios to bring you a better experience. All of that and so much more at turnbucklestudios.org.
As we finally get that lock up, and I mean, this is going to be one of the biggest for Lyra, right? It's up against one of the most decorated women in all of pro wrestling in Charlotte Flair. I, for the first time, forget how many times she's been world champion, because in 2026 and for the most part of 2025, she wasn't reminding you how many times world champion she's been, because this is a very different Charlotte Flair. So
it is. She is a 14-time world champion, not counting her 2 reigns as the NXT world champion.
Good. They shouldn't count.
Ooh.
I'm actually at a strong agreement that NXT should not count to your world title reigns.
I don't even think it's registered as a world championship anyways. They just call it the NXT championship.
Well, I mean, old school has been defended around the world, so that's how I always view a world championship.
It's kind of a fair viewpoint on that one. So if it's been defended internationally, it kind of just makes sense that you're able to call that a world championship.
It has also been defended at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But just not in front of people.
Right.
I was just gonna say, speaking of that WrestleMania, I love how like everybody's considering this to be the lowest attended of the 2-night WrestleManias. Sorry, but WrestleMania 36 will forever hold that record.
Yeah. 0-0.
I mean, to be fair, they sold all the tickets that were distributed. Finally, somebody catches that big boot.
Bang.
Oh, I can appreciate this match much more now.
Lyra trying to rally the crowd.
I mean, this is a big match. You do have momentum going into WrestleMania outside of SmackDown. This might be your final TV match before WrestleMania, or maybe even your final match. So you want to kind of hit that ground running as you drive through the strip heading down to Allegiant Stadium.
Yes, but Lyra there, she's spent time trying to get the crowd into it instead of keeping her momentum going and allowed Charlotte to get out of the way of that move when she went for the dive to the outside. And now Charlotte is capitalizing and building the offensive momentum on her own.
Well, and that's just the experience too of Charlotte Flair. It's been around for quite a while now. I believe it's 10 years on the main roster now.
Yeah,
Pretty
much.
Yeah.
So it's I think she's one of the most experienced, one of the top experienced, not the most experienced, but one of the top that are going every night. So it's not going to be an easy win for Lyra Valkyria, but it will be a monumental one if she does.
Oh, absolutely, it would be.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Charlotte, like, doesn't matter if Charlotte's taking on somebody who's experienced or someone who's still kind of new, i.e., Lyra. Charlotte will give you your all and force you to go to that extra distance to try and beat her.
Yes. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit, I've said, but by the end of the year, I do believe that Lyra will have one of the women's world championships, whether she's still on Raw or whether she is on SmackDown. How do we get there for that idea? Do we put her back to the Queen of the Ring finals and have her win this time?
You might even give her a Money in the Bank.
That's the nice thing about Money in the Bank is that it's built for somebody like Lyra.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I mean,
and that's not a negative. I want that to be noticed. Not a negative. It could be very groundbreaking, right? Because I mean, look at the names that have won it.
But she's also very good in tournaments, as you know, like she was in the finals of the Queen of the Ring her first year. She won the tournament to become the inaugural Intercontinental Champion. So I wouldn't pass the Queen of the Ring out there. Not to mention, if she does win that and win the title, she, like with that, like you get that big SummerSlam opportunity now, as we know that's a thing again. And maybe just maybe like that's how you do it, because I wouldn't even be surprised if we see like that big story with Lyra winning this tournament, and then you get somebody like Roxanne who wins, or maybe even Raquel, winning Money in the Bank, getting it right when she wins it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like this some familiar thing when Daniel Bryan beat John Cena. And then as soon as he won it, Randy Orton cashed in, which I still will say is one of the most appreciated Money in the Bank cash-ins.
Yep.
That attracted so much heat to Randy Orton, and it was the right kind of heat.
Yep.
Perfectly. Yeah.
And Yeselmania doesn't become what it is without that moment. So
Exactly.
I think it's one of the most important ones. If Daniel Bryan doesn't win the world title at WrestleMania 30, do you know how many people would have hated that show based on the fact that the streak was done?
Yeah. Yeah. After the streak, you needed Daniel Bryan to win.
And again, you have these two babyface teams, so you don't see Alexa Bliss and Bayley getting involved yet.
Yeah, and that's the key word, yet, because it's going to happen.
It is. We just saw Charlotte get the knees up as Lyra went for a moonsault. But there's Lyra with that technical prowess getting the inside cradle.
And I thought Lyra had her on that one. I really did.
Now, is Charlotte going to go for that moonsault?
Looks like it. Is there a reason why Charlotte stopped doing the moonsault to the outside of the ring? I think I heard it, but I don't remember.
Probably those knee braces that she has on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she would take the bump on her legs and then still kind of roll through it half the time.
Yeah. I think too, like the older you get, you kind of get a little smarter We see kind of this similar thing with AJ Styles when he got older. The spinal tap was something that he stopped kind of using all the time as well.
Yeah.
Because when you're older, you get a little bit more. You're trying to be a little bit in better shape. Maybe not so much Randy Orton size wise, but at least flexible and movable.
Yeah, it's kind of like what wrestlers in New Japan do, and that's why they have such long careers, is because they adjust as they evolve through wrestling over there.
Well, I mean, AJ Styles has stated he could no longer hit the spiral tap.
I think he hit it like once in the last 5 years.
Something like that.
Like, take for instance, going over to Japan, Jushin Liger, right? You're not going to see him do all the flips that he used to do way back in the day, unless he's in a match against Tyler Breeze, which that was a fantastic match still to this day.
Oh,
we just saw a beautiful fisherman buster.
Yeah, one
from Lyra.
Because she kept the pin there, I'll call it the fisherman's plex, because it was like a fisherman's suplex with the perfect plex.
Yeah, that's what Corey Graves is calling it on commentary.
My sound's turned off. This is perfect.
My own commentary.
Yeah.
I turned closed captioning on so I can actually see the promos.
Yeah, close. I'm just not a fan of having words on my wrestling.
As Charlotte threw Lyra into Bailey on the outside.
Yeah, but I think
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Beautiful.
That was a beautiful finish.
Yes, it was. I love it. And Lyra picks up the victory over Charlotte Flair.
I mean, and you have to give it up to the smarts and the experience of Bailey. Bailey's no slouch in that ring either. Might be one of the best psychology minds in the women's division or possibly ever. So the fact that she was aware enough to get that done behind the referee's back, helping her team get that momentum, it's a big win.
And all four of these women now in each other's faces, just verbally jousting as opposed to a physical confrontation, given the match that we just had.
I mean, that's what you want to see. You want to see this aggressiveness. And this is coming from two teams vying for that championship. And maybe it's smart that we don't see the tag champions. Why would they want to get involved? Just let your opponents knock each other out before the big show.
Right.
We're already talking about not knowing if the Bellas can even go. And if they do go, are they 100%?
Yeah, and this is a complete flip from what we saw a couple weeks ago, where all four of them were aligned against the four heels.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've got the four heels who are probably just sitting there kicking back thinking, okay, we've got these two now. The MFTs are in the building.
Yeah, we were told that all week everyone's going to be at the building. I guess Solo doesn't like the fact that LA Knight is with the Usos.
Mm-hmm.
But,
calling the family a mess.
which is funny because didn't the Usos have titles before MFTs did?
Yes. Several times over.
Or at least later.
And LA Knight saying, I'm going to talk to Pierce. You take any three of your goons and you come meet us in the ring.
Can't say that is smart, but you got to get the wheels spinning before WrestleMania. So you want to be in full drive come Saturday.
Yep.
And up next, we got a special interview with Stephanie Becker.
As we're getting ready for Stephanie Vicaire to let us know her thoughts going into her championship match, let us tell you what is on tap this whole week with Turnbuckle Studios.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show Turnbuckle Talk at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we go TNA as we brace for Impact at 9 p.m. On Fridays, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday, be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later that night, we have the Borsnest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day. And please visit turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. There is something for you each and every night of the week, not including our special events like the PLE Patrol coming up this weekend with this mess of a crew, including myself, Mr. Best, Mr. Parrish for one night. Bubba Duke will be joining us as we bring you WrestleMania weekend. And click on the host section to meet us all individually, get our socials, and watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, in a week and a half, Sunday night, April 26th, the Locker Room Breakdown will be moving from the Monday 7 p.m. time slot to Sundays at 7, as we will cover Raw and SmackDown as the Locker Room Breakdown Wrestling Recap. All of
Yes,
that and so much more at turnbucklestudios.org.
And another programming note, Saturday Night Gaming will be airing at 3 p.m. on Saturday.
Card subject to change, people. I mean, that's what we know and love, right? As our reigning men's intercontinental champion Penta is out, kind of putting everyone on notice as he goes into that 6-pack challenge ladder match. Do you guys think Penta walks out intercontinental champion?
No.
I want him to, but I've made my prediction. I think JD is going to take it. I do have a backup prediction in Javon Evans as well, but JD is my number one pick.
I as well have JD McDonough walking out as the Intercontinental Champion and bringing more gold to what is going to become a more unified and solidified Judgment Day.
What about you, Logan? Who's your pick to walk out of WrestleMania, the men's Intercontinental Champion?
I personally love to see Javon Evans. I mean, after the work he had in NXT, the young OG is doing some things that I don't think I've ever seen. What's really nice is that his move variety and his move set match his character perfectly, and it keeps it simple. He doesn't try to overcomplicate stuff, except for his finishing maneuver, which is insane. But I mean, other than that, he keeps his gimmick simple and he does what he does, and I think that's fantastic. So I don't see a world where it's not all three NXT call-ups in Oba, Trick, and Javon getting victories in their matches. And I wouldn't be mad at it either.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you all have said it perfectly. And the company's high on Javon Evans, right? We know this. He's been given opportunities and he's been hitting them out of the park. Why? Because he's exciting. He's bringing you all those oh my god moments that you just aren't getting necessarily with other people. Rey Mysterio is far too old to jump like he did back in 1997. Ricochet is no longer with the company, and yes, I will still put Ricochet as one of the better high flyers WWE had in the last 20 years. And I'll say another one. Neville was beautiful in the air, and he's not there. Javon Evans is one of those guys that does that. JD McDonough, yes, probably one of our all favorites because he is such an underdog all the time. Then you look at Penn, like the guy had the balls to open a 6-pack or at that point a 5-pack challenge for the ladder match when he didn't have to. Like, that's a champion's champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you look at Rey Mysterio. Can you ever doubt him? He's had a Hall of Fame career when people doubt him.
Yeah.
And then we forget about Rusev being in this match.
I was just going to say,
who wouldn't want to see Rusev have a big WrestleMania moment again?
Right.
Yeah, Rusev is the outlier in this situation because, like, we have not seen him interact with anybody who's in this match over the last couple of weeks. So we don't know what Rusev is going to do to these people in this matchup. That's a scary thought, really.
It really is.
I was going to say, even scarier would be the fact that no one's talking about Rusev either. You haven't seen him or heard from him. That's scary. A silent dude, especially like Rusev, that's dangerous.
I'm going to say this about Javon Evans, and yes, I am a fan. And yes, his finisher, that OG cutter, is high-flying. It's flashy. But just about everybody uses a cutter nowadays. You've got the Cody cutter, and he took it from Will Ospreay, who has the Oz cutter. And all Javon Evans has done is take it up an extra rope.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to rename it from the OG cutter and call it the Evans Flow cutter. I think it's a little bit better of a name.
I guess we're not getting an interview because right now Liv Morgan and Stephanie Becerra are just brawling in the ring.
And why wouldn't they?
Right?
But I mean, somebody has to look after Kathy Kelly.
Yeah, like that looked like it hurt. No, please, no repeats.
Can somebody check on Kathy Kelly, please?
Yeah, like,
somebody is.
There is a referee over there checking on her. And Liv is livid.
Dang.
And Roxanne is down in the corner.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm really happy Corey Graves is like saying it in English after that, because I think it's very important that we get that second language out there, but at the same time, it's very nice that we're also getting the translation as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's where I'm going to sing the praises of Rey Mysterio on AAA, because when they do promos and stuff, Rey Mysterio translates everything that's said there.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, Ray's actually been doing pretty dang good on commentary down there.
I mean, Ray's is just an icon.
Yeah.
This is perhaps the most vicious and brutal I have ever seen Liv Morgan.
It's why I constantly say who outside of Brock and Oba is even putting themselves in a conversation of physicality, violence, and aggression in the Drew and Jacob Fought 2 era. These two girls are bringing it like nobody else is, and it is awesome.
And Kathy Kelly basically became a victim of circumstance in this situation here, as the referees are carrying her off right now.
Yeah, that's collateral damage at its finest.
Yep.
Kathy's getting an extra $5,000 on the paycheck tonight. Ref bump.
Replaying Jade Cargill's win over Io Sky on Saturday. Did it shock you more that Jade won, or did it shock you more that she won decisively?
I think that she won decisively and clean.
So right now we got Jackie Redmond talking with Io Sky about what happened on Saturday.
Jackie Redmond might want to bring out those shoulder pads in case somebody's flying from a different side of the building just to get to you.
Yeah.
But she's Canadian. She's a tough girl.
Oh. Well.
Okay.
Yeah, she was smart to get out of the way.
Seen this? No thanks.
The one time Asuka speaks English, Carl is nowhere to be found on this show. Gotta love it. Ooh, Kairi Sane versus Io Sky later tonight. Kairi doesn't seem very willing.
I don't think she's
We
looked
talked
willing
about that
for a while.
reluctance. We talked about
Yeah,
that reluctance.
and then-
It's very strong with Kairi Sane.
Asuka's condescension there, calling her a good girl and then blowing her a kiss to call her like a dog.
It's crazy.
Is anybody else kind of getting like rascal vibes from the Usos right now?
Right?
A little bit.
That's gimmick infringement, brother. That doesn't work for me.
I mean, it's not like Jimmy Uso's been one to not look like he's either stoned or drunk on TV before.
Right?
A little bit of the bubbly.
Hey, but we love you, Jay.
We do. Man, I should have worn my GA Uso armbands.
Every
I
time
got
I
my
see
hoodie from the year that he won the Rumble, just back there.
every time I see
But how can
Jay
I say no to a nice, beautiful Happy Gilmore T-shirt today?
can never
Gosh,
go
when I
wrong
just
with
said-
just
Just
tap
tap
it
in,
in.
people. Just tap it in.
Tap in. Tap.
Very fitting. So, as we talk about the Usos, specifically Jay, maybe in a different state coming down to the ring, that's why Big Jim's there to help him out. And that's because everybody needs help. We need help. Logan knew it, so that's why he's here. But you can be the next one. Check this out.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And we want you to hit that join button, email us your credentials, tell us how you can help us, how you believe we can help you, and we will sit down and find the right fit as a collective. All of that and more at turnbucklestudios.org.
I mean, when we know the Usos are coming down and they're coming down from the crowd, we know we have time to play probably every ad that we have in our catalog.
Right?
Yep. And maybe our intros too. For every one of our shows.
I mean, the Usos are probably making a case for saying Undertaker has a faster walkout than they do.
And now Jay is looking for the thumbs up to run it back.
Anyone else want to read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire while we wait?
I might.
I might read Stephen
You might have
King's
time to
It.
read all of the books.
Oh, there you go.
No, best. If we're going to do that, we have to read the Lord of the Rings books.
Stephen King's It is longer than the Lord of the Rings books. Just pointing that out.
Well,
Yeah,
I've read
that's a
it.
big one.
Let's not talk about
Yeah.
how long Stephen King's It is. Let's get back to the show, shall we?
Yeah, nasty.
Hello, Bobby. What a time to walk into the
We
conversation.
love Bobby.
So, there's-
How are you doing?
so as
Bobby,
as
great to see you, my friend. Thank you for stopping in as always.
So as I've said, I'm watching this show with closed captioning on so I can catch the promos here. They actually credit the artist and the song for every theme music that comes out here on closed captioning. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that. Because if you want to at least get the song real quick while it's playing, it's like, oh,
Yeah, you can look it up on Spotify or whatever, you know.
Yep.
be cool if they put like little QR codes to the song from Spotify. They'd have to get like partner with Spotify, but that'd be a cool idea. Damn,
Well,
it,
they are,
$1 million idea. Fuck.
Well, WWE does have an account on Spotify. You can find like pretty much all of the theme songs on WWE Spotify.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I
Now-
agree. That would be really cool. Like if you want to find LA Knight's theme song, QR code right there.
Yeah,
as you
just
go
like a
through,
little
right?
bottom right hand
yeah.
side, just a little bing.
Yeah. On his lower thirds or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, which three members of the MFTs are we expecting to come out here and take this match?
Probably
gonna be the-
everyone but Talatonga.
Was it that everyone but Solo?
I think I'm going to go with Logan. Everyone but Solo.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Because like I don't know, and again, we are talking as if we are not getting we're not getting Solo Sikoa's debut WrestleMania match. 4 years. 4 years? 39, yeah, 39, 40, 41, 42. 4 years. No WrestleMania debut for Solo.
Yeah, and we
Crazy.
talked about with LA Knight and the Usos with Vision possibly showing up, but here's another thing. Because they have an 8-man tag this Friday night on SmackDown, we could see the Wyatt Six show up as well.
We absolutely could. And we noticed earlier, and Solo even said it, that Tamatonga isn't there. Could we get that as a surprise, that Tamatonga was just sort of hidden in the back?
Oh,
Could've been
Solo's
watching from
dressed
a
to
distance.
compete. So everybody but
Was
Tala.
it? Oh, really? Shit.
You're welcome, people.
Well, I'll be.
Tala
as I've
never
learned-
gets to go anymore.
As I've relearned earlier this afternoon, do not go against Parrish's calls.
Right?
I feel like Talatonga is getting like the Omos treatment now.
Except Talatonga can work.
Who else can go?
Yep.
Yeah, he can go all right. He can go right out of the wrestling business.
I mean,
Bang.
Omos has had a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, he was handpicked. He's in more WrestleMania matches than Solo Sikoa.
Yep.
Crazy thought. Absolutely insane.
Oh, it's funny.
Omos has even competed in
Omos
Saudi
has-
Arabia.
Well, I was going to say Omos has competed in 2 WrestleMania style events, WrestleMania itself and Triple Mania last year.
Yep.
It's true. Was it a tag team match?
No, he was in the battle, their version of the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Yeah, because that's
And
where you
won
did
it.
the thing with like Microman, right?
Yeah. And he won it.
Buried Microman. That's crazy.
That
Stepped
was
on top of his
It
head.
was an upset for sure.
Yeah.
He was upset for sure.
It was a funny moment, though. I will admit to that.
Oh yeah, I mean the poor guy.
That bump outside the ring did not look good.
I was gonna say, did JC Mateo just like take from the boss man selling of being thrown over the top rope? Because he wrung his neck on that bottom rope pretty dang good.
Oh no, I think Jey Uso took the flying over the top rope, broke from Io Sky, and it's like, hey, land on my head? Why not?
As Tala Tonga wipes out Jey Uso on the outside.
Well, that's why he's on the outside. He is kind of like the MFT's Diesel. When you really think about it.
You're actually right on that one. Yeah. It's a better comparison than Almost.
Mr. Parrish?
Yeah.
No,
I'm agreeing with him.
Well, he said not to doubt my calls. That wasn't really a call. That was just an observation.
And then you said you're actually right. Well,
I mean, that was.
It was still agreeing.
Yeah, and since we mentioned our follower count on YouTube, we are sitting at 234 followers on Twitch. We do have a goal of 240. All we need is that beautiful six back to get that goal. So if you're on the Twitch side, hit that follow button and let's reach that goal. And let's do it well before WrestleMania. Maybe let's go with 250 by WrestleMania. Let's shoot for the moon.
All right, let's do it.
So with how often Tala Tonga is interfering in this match, I wonder at what point does the referee notice and say, hey, you got to get out of here?
And I have to wonder if maybe that is a play in the minds of the MFTs, and he goes, and that's where we see Tama Tonga appear, and maybe the whole he's not here and he should be thing. Maybe that was just a ploy by the MFTs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But also, I want to ask, is it far out of the case that Paul Heyman maybe struck a deal with Solo to do a little bit of the dirty work before WrestleMania?
Make some waves.
There's a possibility.
I mean, we all know Solo and Paul Heyman's past history, so.
We also know the Usos and Heyman's past history going into WrestleMania and that.
I mean, Solo did put him through a table at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Absolutely disheveled, as he was called.
You can say that.
Well, to be fair, I'm going to use that term reluctance again, but Paul Heyman was reluctant to be under Solo's bloodline at that time, too.
Yep.
I mean, for a Raw where we didn't know a single match going in, we're getting some good in-ring action.
We are.
We are.
And we still have Obafemi to sign the contract. We still have Seth and Gunther and Punk and Reigns still to come. We still have that match between Kairi Sane and Io Sky.
Right.
And then are we going to see anything with Dom and Finn? I mean, you think we have to, right?
You would think.
Yep.
And I mean, we've already seen, the explosion between Liv and Stephanie.
And then how could you forget AJ Lee and Becky Lynch too?
Yeah.
There's got to be something. We got to see something more out of those two.
But let's not forget that, I mean, everybody, it's all hands on deck this week. So we do still have SmackDown that we can spread some of this stuff out.
Yes, Bobby, we did mention the subscriber thing, but thanks for once again letting us know. 200, we just need one more, people. Just one more. And Penta has been on Raw. He did cut a promo at the stage earlier and kind of put his opponents on notice going into WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing. We haven't seen the other competitors in that ladder match, too.
It's nice to see LA Knight hit that and not slip. You good there, Logan?
Oh, nope, caught him. Bang.
Just reamed his head off that table.
That was personal. I feel like that was rude.
You're not the favorite I am.
And there is Tama Tonga showing up.
Yeah, and we know that there's a bit of dissension between these two, Solo and Tama, right now.
And LA Knight hitting a BFT on Tongaloa and picking up the win.
And just to put this out there, Solo was shouting, "Where were you?" to Tama Tonga. So he wanted Tama to be there.
Yep.
And because of that distraction, LA Knight picks up the win for his team. And this doesn't bode well for the MFTs going into that street fight on Sunday against the Wyatts.
On Friday, SmackDown.
Friday.
I was saying,
Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives it,
It's WrestleMania week.
Hey man, it was fantastic. This weekend was the Masters. Got to watch a little bit of that while I was doing like video editing and ideas and stuff like that. So that was fun.
And WrestleMania from New Orleans.
Yeah, absolutely.
I loved how you guys bid for that setup too, because I am wearing a Happy Gilmore shirt. But a great way just to give us that a little bit more doubt with what's going on in the MFTs.
Yeah.
And the only reason why this week I'm not mad about why the MFTs are on Raw is because they have announced that both Raw and SmackDown are going to have everyone there.
Yeah, this wasn't just like a last minute addition.
So this was a disclaimer put out. So like when they cover their bases, I'm fine. But when they don't, that's when I'm like not happy with. So we get a little bit of a Pat McAfee. He did have Cody's Undisputed Championship present when he did his show earlier today.
If they're showing a quick snapshot of every championship Randy Orton has won, and I was there for the first one.
He's cursing.
My goodness, no.
I don't even think that's PG.
Wonder how many Canadians could get sued if golfers got really mad about it. Because people would be like, "That's not PG, eh?" And they're like, "That's wrestling, not golf." Just piss off everyone. Now, I'm going to shoehorn this around. Start with you, OM Dynamic, then Bess, then Logan. Are you there with the Pat McAfee involvement, or are you hating it?
I'm there, but I'm not hating it.
I'm there.
I don't think he makes sense for the situation. but I'm okay with it.
I'm there because, as on the flip side of what OMD said, Pat McAfee made it make sense to me on Friday.
Logan?
What I think is crazy is that if this truly is what they were alluding to, wrestling has more than one royal family, and somehow Pat McAfee fits into that, the only answer that logically makes sense is The Rock, because the TKO thing, and they're gonna run with this TKO thing post WrestleMania. Like that's my hope for this. And if it's not, I'll be rather disappointed. But I mean, it's all right for now. I wasn't expecting it to be McAfee in general, but if that's the way they're going to go with it, that's the only way I want it to end.
Now, I kind of want to put something out there because for the longest time, we always hear Randy talk about the voices in his head, and he has even mimicked his own song lyrics and promos as well in the past. He mimicked Cody Rhodes. Is that more of he mentions that about the person he was talking about, or was that more wanting the Orton name to be front and center, not the Rhodes name? So no matter what he did, the whole idea was to make Orton the face of the company, not Rhodes. And if that's the case, I don't think it really matters who the person is.
That's exactly where I think Orton was going when he said that on the phone.
Yeah. But then counterpoint, I'm going to say this. Even when Randy Orton had that attack on Cody during the contract signing, a lot of people were still cheering Randy and booing Cody. How many people are cheering Randy and booing Cody right now?
It's flipped the other way. Yeah. It's flipped the script, putting Pat McAfee at flipped.
It had to have been something that was hated for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think Pat McAfee has definitely helped the scenario and has made this more of a conclusive match and not allowing the fans to take it over at WrestleMania.
Right. And I'm with you there. But I mean, Logan, you mentioned The Rock, and I do believe that this is where The Rock gets involved. And I believe that at WrestleMania, Cody needs to lean more into that vicious side. And maybe this is where at WrestleMania, Cody sells his soul and becomes The Rock's champion.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm going to ask why. Because if you turn Cody, then who do you have take over as the top babyface? Because Cody right now is the top babyface.
Danhausen.
Dang. I mean, valid choice. He's over as fuck.
He's undefeated.
Yeah. Let's look at all of this. In the past year, we have seen John Cena, Randy Orton, Pat McAfee, and over his reign, you had Brock Lesnar turn on him. You've had the fans and the IWC admittedly turn on him, saying, why is Cody the champion? Why is he this vanilla champion? And he's just kissing Triple H's rear end. This is a way for Cody to go to that dark side, become The Rock's champion, and really flip the script and still say, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, I did it for all of you.
I mean, guys that you could have go there, if you really want to put Jacob Fod up in that Stone Cold Steve Austin conversation and type of come, just create the chaos. You go against the authority figure and whatever. I think he is the most likely guy they have on their roster. Drew McIntyre is another name. It's very ironic that is the unsanctioned match at WrestleMania, but
yeah,
this is a time where you can create that new breakout guy. Like Matt Cardona very well could take that leap and go up. Yeah. I think WWE has guys that can go up there. You just have to give them the chance. Are they going to really be comparable to Cody Rhodes now from day one? Maybe not. But you do have guys that people want. If you bring CM Punk over, he's right there.
Yep.
If you're looking at Roman as your big baby face on Raw and CM Punk as your baby face on SmackDown.
And if you're going to look at those potential call-ups from NXT, you can put Joe Hendry right into that conversation.
That was going to be where I was going to go with it. was going to
Do
be
you think
100%.
Joe Hendry is a top guy even on the main roster right now, though?
Yeah, because when you think of top guys like Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, you got to think of long-term carrying power as well.
I think Joe Hendry can absolutely do that. Yes, he's going to need a little bit of time, but you could also look at his buddy and Ricky Saints. You could look at Ethan Page, who has been around the business for 20 years.
I mean, Obafemi is another guy that the fans are organically going after.
Yeah.
Too.
There's your natural.
Penta is
Penta's on
climbing
that
the
echelon.
ladder, no pun intended, on being one of the fans' top guys.
Yeah. What about moving?
Dom is on that cusp. He's on the cusp of being a top guy.
Huge.
What about the idea? I mean, you've got Powerhouse Hobbs,
Seth Rollins,
Damian
and
Priest.
Gunther barely getting it off.
If
here.
they break up
Getting any
Damian
word
Priest,
in,
in
but-
truth, I mean, unless they kind of just don't do much with him past this Mania defense.
Okay, I'm going to spin it back to what we're seeing in the ring right now, but we just saw Gunther and Seth Rollins just totally duke it out there.
Yeah.
Gunther barely even got a word in before Seth came around running after him.
Yeah, we're talking about guys that could step up. These two guys don't have much of a backstory, but tell me you don't want to see this match, people.
I mean, I wanted to see this match the moment Gunther attacked Seth Rollins.
I mean, the last time we saw this match was 2019 when Rollins was Universal Champ after he beat Lesnar, and Gunther was Walter and UK Champ.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let's not talk about the huge and obviousness is that this match at WrestleMania most likely is going to be the spot where somebody comes back, and that is another name that could be that next big guy in Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, because he can only go so far with, and I hate to say it like this, but he's a Paul Heyman guy. But it'd be interesting to see what he can do by himself because he can cut a promo. Like
I still eventually think we're going to get Brock Lesnar and Gunther at SummerSlam, and Paul Heyman does the Big Show Lesnar thing and turns on Lesnar and joins up with Gunther.
Dang.
I mean, Gunther did say, Paul Heyman did say to Gunther, I owe you one a couple weeks back. Maybe that's the one.
Okay, this got interesting.
And I love this because now we're getting something other than I'm going to retire you. I'm going to make childish jokes about you tapping like a bitch. Like there's none of that right now. This is straightforward. You're not the best. I am.
Yeah, this is a battle between two wrestlers who consider themselves the best.
Okay, so my excitement went up about 65% there.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because Gunther can cut promos, people.
He's been
anybody who
solid
says
years.
he can't, you honestly should just like be locked up.
Get out. Get out.
And you can move, damn.
Got there quick.
I mean, he is an athletic specimen, we'll say.
And even Gunther kind of letting his hair grow a little bit.
Letting the dew come out.
Yeah. That's like the We're the Millers haircut.
Yeah.
It's like right here.
Okay, so we know that John Cena is hosting WrestleMania this weekend. What do we see happening for John Cena besides
Nothing,
just
because
coming
we
out?
can't see him.
The the
5 seconds due to
see,
copyright.
the only thing I see is him and Danhausen doing something together. I
Yeah.
think that's a guarantee.
I mean, what better moment would it be than if John Cena introduces Joe Hendry to the main roster at WrestleMania?
They finally get that moment for Hendry.
Yeah, they get that moment at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay. I know my personal thought is I think we are going to see John in the ring, and I think that at that point we are going to see The Undertaker.
I still think this could be the best person to say, look, next year at WrestleMania, we are not going to Saudi. We are changing it up. We're announcing a new venue. Maybe they go back to New Orleans. Maybe they go to Indy. Maybe they go to like Cleveland or whatever, whoever. Minnesota, maybe, because they got that big ass stadium now.
Give us an Eastern stadium, please.
But yeah, I mean, New Orleans would be.
I want dark entrances for mostly everyone.
Can we get the big house in Ann Arbor, Michigan?
That would be nuts. I'm going.
You're right. Yes.
Like, that's only 4 hours, 5 hours away. Like, I'm going.
Yep.
We're getting a very intriguing promo on us, and this is definitely setting up for.
That was the demon.
Yeah, the Balor Mysterio match.
Like I said, I think it'd just be interesting to see what they do with that belt. Have it defended at WrestleMania just to make that history. 2 solid wrestlers, and then have Vikingo adds to the mix somehow through Triple A's routes. Just to see, because again, they had a very good match on AAA the other night. Sorry, him and Penta. Sorry, correction. No, it's not. The ghost again? I was just being funny. No, because like you walked in the background, I was like, "Is there a ghost?"
As Adam Pearce is saying, like, your dad can do what he wants because he's an icon. You aren't. I also do love the fact that the story is breaking that another reason why the Rey Mysterio Gunther match ain't happening at WrestleMania is due to the fact that Rey still wants to have that last match be against his son.
Yes.
I absolutely love the putting the foot down and staying on that. It just gives me a little bit more respect for Rey, and I have no loss for respect when it comes to Rey Mysterio.
No. And Rey has stated that not only does he want that last match against Dom, he wants it in Mexico. Mm-hmm. So I believe we see that at Triple Mania this year.
Could it be a potential first ever WrestleMania in Mexico?
See that I wasn't gonna go WrestleMania, but I was gonna go at least a major PLE there.
SummerSlam.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know where SummerSlam is. Oh no, SummerSlam's in Minneapolis this year, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, this year, but like next year. Because like you know what, like Mexico's beautiful, and in a lot of spots you just got to find the right spots, and there's a few stadiums there that
never. Also, very well could be where like Backlash could be because they always go everywhere with Backlash.
Yeah, Backlash seems to be very international now, which is nice. Gives a little bit different flavor every year.
You also got the Clash that goes everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing, like especially with Saudi Arabia and the issues that are going on over there, it's going to be very hard to get WrestleMania going simply because of the fact that hey, it's a tight issue.
But here's the other thing too. There's other Saudi shows that I believe are still booked to be there. So we may even see, like Parrish mentioned, Clash. We may see Night of Champions could be in a place like Mexico. King and Queen of the Ring, which typically takes place in Saudi Arabia, could also be in another international area as well.
Yeah.
Because like I wonder if at some point, and not to get political with it, just making sense that like it would have a chain reaction. I wonder if we would get something like, well, Linda McMahon, still family member of the company, wants to see it do well on the president's cabinet, whatever, working with them, influence, right? All that kind of stuff. There's that domino effect of what could happen. So there's things there too, which is unfortunate.
Would you be pro or against the idea of Linda McMahon inducting Stephanie in the Hall of Fame?
I'd be for that one.
I would be for it.
Yeah.
But you know what else I'm going to be for? This match that we're going to get with Io Sky and Kairi Sane here.
I mean, I'm for it. It's another golf pun I had to.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we've been seeing a lot of advertisements on Raw about Club WWE. Looks like they want people on board with them. We want people on board with you. So join us.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And ladies and gentlemen, turnbucklestudios.org once again is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, and hitting the join button is the easiest way for you to join us by sending us your credentials, telling us how you believe you can help us, how you think we can help you. Ladies and gentlemen, we encourage you to follow Logan's example. Join us. We will sit down as a collective and find the right fit. All of that and so much more at turnbucklestudios.org. And Kyrie made her way out to the ring by herself.
No, she didn't. Asuka's out there.
Asuka's there.
Oh, I didn't see Asuka at all.
It's nice to see the old pirate kind of entrance again, though.
Yep.
A subtle hint that maybe she is turning on Asuka, perhaps.
And Bobby is saying he is enjoying Raw and the Raw Patrol. Thank you, Bobby. We're enjoying having you here and interacting with us, my friend.
He also says he's enjoying watching Io Sky wrestle, and I think if anyone loves professional wrestling, I think we all love watching Io Sky in a ring. She is one of the very best inside that squared circle.
Yes, she is.
And let's not forget, this is a match Io Sky needs to have. She's coming off from that loss, that decisive loss against Jade Cargill on Friday. And then Kairi Sane, even if she's not reluctant to have this match or in that backstage spot, didn't look that way, still have something to prove.
Yes. But do we get that definitive answer now for the Kabuki Warriors or the Bellas to the Women's Tag Team Championship match in this match?
Well, I was wondering, I'm going to spitball here a little bit. What if we get the Kairi turn tonight and we get Io Sky and Kairi maybe replacing the Bellas in that matchup?
That could be interesting.
I feel like we're going more in the ways of Io Sky getting the win, Asuka berating Kairi, coming back to kind of chase Asuka out. And then maybe we get that match, whether could it be added to Mania? Very well could. Could it be added for maybe the Raw after Mania, which is next week? That also is a possibility.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's where we see Kairi make her choice. But
right.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be rushed if it was tonight.
Okay. And I mean, we do have,
I myself do like it on the bigger stage, to be honest with you, but well, it's a wait and see kind of situation here.
It is. But I mean, as we've discussed, we also know that there are 3 huge events in the month of May, with Backlash, followed by Saturday night's main event, followed by Clash in Italy. So you can really lean into this a little bit more and have it kick off there and continue right through to SummerSlam.
But you can do the turn at WrestleMania, right? And you can put Kyrie up against Asuka at any one of those 3 events afterwards.
And that's the thing, like Io versus Asuka might not be that big match, right? Like that could go whenever. I think the match that you lead up to is Asuka Kyrie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you do Asuka and Io next week and you set up for that Kyrie Asuka, man, that could be the one that is on its Saturday night's main event or the PLE.
Mm-hmm. I've got to say,
especially if we look at some. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I love the athleticism that we're getting out of these women right now.
I mean, women's wrestling is the best it's ever been in WWE.
Yeah.
Like
Given these 2 competitors, would we expect any less from them?
You know, I found myself thinking about this over the weekend. I was watching some old Bull Nakano and Alundra Blaze matches, and I kept thinking, imagine if they were in today's era of wrestling and just how awesome it would be to see them up against the women that we have today.
I mean, Alundra Blaze and Rhea Ripley stand out to me.
Yeah. Right?
Even Alundra Blaze and Raquel Rodriguez. Like, that would be a great match.
Yep.
I mean, but yeah, no, I was gonna say, like, if this is an indication of maybe Asuka's trying to help Io, or Asuka, sorry, trying to help Kyrie get that win, and then maybe next week comes and Kyrie chooses not to help Asuka win, that could be that story that we start kind of building towards. And maybe this isn't one of the matches that's going to happen at WrestleMania, just like we're not seeing the El Grande story happen at WrestleMania. Maybe they save that for something else. So another show benefits, like Dynamic, you've been saying for a while, just hold that off. And I wouldn't be upset about it, because I know there's a lot of people on Twitter that are just like, meh, give me everything. Why isn't it? It's not right that these people don't have the match. Do you want like 50 matches on Mania, everyone?
Yeah.
Like,
you
chill.
You can't get everybody on the show. You're filling matches with, a 6-man ladder match. You are filling a fatal 4-way tag team championship match. You've added a 6-man tag. You've got your unsanctioned. You've got your Beast versus Ruler. You've got your 2 championship matches. You can't do everything.
Yeah, and that's not a negative on the company at all. That's a positive, because it just shows how deep the WWE roster is right now.
I'll say this. If you like food, do you complain about leftovers? Absolutely not. So as a wrestling fan, why are you complaining that you have too much wrestling? Seems a little hypocritical, if you ask me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems a little fickle that you can't just deal with, like, a 14 match 2-night card. That's 7 matches a card.
Yeah,
and it's what, 4.5 hours of main show.
In one night.
Yeah,
right.
Say that.
Want to be up till 2 a.m. watching this stuff, and then depending if you're watching internationally, you're up to like 4 or 5. Sometimes you're having to get up at 2 a.m. to watch it till 7 or 9.
Yeah.
Now I'm good.
And
I'm good.
I like how, like, we're talking about like 14 matches in one night. And I did mention I watched some Alundra Blaze and Bull Nakano over the weekend. They actually had a match at a show in '94 in Tokyo at the Egg Dome, which is Tokyo Dome as we know it now. Guess how? You want to know how many matches were on that card alone? Other than that match, there were 23 matches on that show in a one-night span. Yikes. The show went for 10 hours.
Yeah, they have, but they also have intermissions over in Japan a lot more.
There were barely intermissions on this show.
No way.
Yeah.
These guys.
Like, I remember I went to a Raw SmackDown Super Show and taping. And SmackDown was taped live before Raw, and there was a 15-minute intermission from the end of SmackDown until Raw started to change the rings over.
Yeah, like when I went there, it was main event, and then Raw, or like talk show, because like I went to the Raw I went to kicked off with like Miz TV, Brock Lesnar came
Right.
out, destroyed everybody. So I was like, oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were quick.
No, the Raw SmackDown show that I attended, actually, it was supposed to be John Cena and Kelly versus Santino and Beth in the main event of Raw. And Kelly got called away, and John needed a new tag team partner. And being right at Christmas, he was given a new tag team
Trish.
partner. And of course, it was Trish.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know which
Nice.
episode of Raw you're talking about now. Okay. We got both women climbing the ropes here.
That was also when Shawn Michaels was JBL's
Nerf.
mercenary.
What are
Yeah,
they doing?
too.
Oh, this is going to be the stomp, isn't it?
I thought it was.
Yikes.
Oh,
That. Oh, dang. Jessica Carr looks like
Rude.
she's putting 2 and 2 together there. Oh, wait a second.
Yes. Wow.
that place came unglued.
Yes, it did.
They exploded for Rhea Ripley.
But do we see like Jade and everybody come on?
There's Jade.
Well,
Two.
we've got Jade. Jade gonna work
that
with
checks out.
Asuka.
I mean, that's what happens when
She
you
looks
pick your-
like what was the from the Grinch, the neighbor, the one that the mayor proposes to. That's kind of the outfit, like the collar. If she had the dress part, it would actually go together, but like just the top part with the collar. That's all I'm seeing.
If it's Jim Carrey's The Grinch you're referencing, I haven't seen that one.
Yes. No, I
Kyrie distracting the ref to steal a victory over Io.
man. Brutal.
What if it's Io that turns heel on Rhea?
That is an intriguing possibility.
Because now that's twice now that Rhea has been involved in an informal way with Io's loss here.
Well, and that's why I think maybe Io helps Rhea maybe win the title, because then she'd be on SmackDown and they could like fade away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really do think Rhea walks out of WrestleMania champion.
Yeah.
I'm more at that kind of thought process now, because I think SmackDown would benefit having Rhea in their women's division.
Yeah.
100%. And it would benefit Rhea to be on SmackDown with.
And you don't necessarily have to put an end to the feud with Jade. You can still continue it or revisit it at SummerSlam or something along those lines.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what I think too, because I don't think in that group with BFAB, Michin, and Jade, I don't think Jade is the leader. I have a feeling we're going to bring back Bianca Belair to be the leader of that group.
Okay. Yeah, see, and I'm with you there. I do think that Bianca is going to come back. I think we get Bianca at SummerSlam. And I think that if she does come back, I think that, and we've seen it before, that she will come back, she'll get that babyface pop, but then she will turn just like that. And that's the only way that
We're waiting all the way to SummerSlam, huh?
No, I said at Mania we get Bianca's return.
You said SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Oh.
You said SummerSlam. I was like, wow, I know there's patience in storytelling, but I mean, that's a lot.
Oh, sorry, I did mean Mania.
Yeah, and I've given that some thought too, because I can see like just thinking off the cuff here, like I can see Bianca coming in and helping Rhea get the win, but saying, I didn't do it for you. I did it because I want a shot at you for that title.
Use this motivation.
Yes. You can use the hand injury angle from last year too as a motivation too, because Rhea was in that match when Bianca got hurt.
And it was Bianca Belair's first defeat at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was. But if you gentlemen will excuse me for just a moment.
All right. Well, we are going to let everybody know the beautiful goodies that you can get to if you go to turnbucklestudios.org/shop. So if you want to wear us, or if you want to support us, then hitting up our beautiful shop on turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. So here is a little video to say what you can find.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
Once again, that link is turnbucklestudios.org/shop. If you want to help Turnbuckle Studios and you want to support us by wearing a t-shirt, wearing a hat, wearing just about anything that a body can wear, or maybe a nice backpack or any other accessories you can think, our beautiful red bubble powered shop on turnbucklestudios.org is the place to go to. So if you maybe don't want to be on camera, but you want to support us, that's another option as well. So we appreciate that, as we're being headed by one of WWE's top merchandise getters in Danhausen.
Danhausen has great timing there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he came back right after the commercial. That means we are not cursed.
And we see that t-shirt gun. Now, how many of you had Danhausen at WrestleMania on your bingo card going into 2026?
Not even close.
I honestly didn't, even though like back in, I think it was like January, I had known that Danhausen was possibly making his move over to WWE. I just didn't think it was going to be as soon as it did happen.
See if I can get it to work this time.
Again. Dang, that TKO gun not working.
I mean, he did ask if he can get it to work this time, and the answer is kind of. Bobby coming in saying, would you guys like to see Mustafa Ali in the TNA, or probably defend the international championship, or bring the international championship to NXT and defend it against NXT wrestlers?
Can't say that I would be opposed to it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing international champion go up against a North American champion, have Miles Bourne and Mustafa Ali in a match. That I think would be pretty cool.
Get out of my head, Parrish. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, well, that's why you got to say it first, man. If you ain't first, you're last.
Triple H is going to be on the Stephanie McMahon podcast this week.
No, he is the special guest interviewer.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, and Triple H was
Well-
just recently on What Do You Want to Talk About with Cody Rhodes as well.
Yeah, so he's still going to be on there, even if he's the special interviewer.
I wonder if his special guest is going to be the soon-to-be Hall of Famer, Stephanie McMahon.
I would love it to be like Kurt Angle, and they just have another like weird love triangle going on there. Now, do we expect Obafemi to sign and then the chaos ensues?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I am I'm going to be very invested on the entrance of Obafemi at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Just the visual of it, and if they do anything over the top.
Yeah.
I would
Because when
expect
we
them
talk
to,
about
right?
aura, Obafemi now is a man we can talk about with aura.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely got that aura.
I mean, that walk is getting imitated over the world
Yep.
in all sports as well.
Yes.
I mean, we're seeing fans doing it right now as he's walking to the ring, and it very much is very reminiscent of like a team that doesn't necessarily have the aura, but I'm reminded of the Bushwhackers because everybody used to do the Bushwhacker walk when they came to the ring.
Yeah. Well, especially considering like he brings that presence, and he conducts himself completely in character at all times. But that's him, and those are the best types of characters. He's finding himself in the main roster right now, which is super cool. I'm just hoping that they do right by him at WrestleMania to at least give him that solid push, or at least a base to work off of going into the World Championship scene.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, Logan, because I mean, the best gimmicks, as Chris Jericho once said, are ramped up versions of yourself, really.
Yeah, and it is funny because there was an episode of Inside with Chris Van Vliet when he had Cody Rhodes, and he asked him the question of whether or not he's always in character. Like, are you in character right now? And like Cody even said on his own show with Matt Cardona that he hated that question. And I think a reason why a lot of people don't like that question in wrestling is because it's true. Their wrestling character is themselves turned up. So how can they not be in character? Because that's in a sense saying you're not being yourself.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, OMD, you look like you had something to say as well to that.
Well, I was going to say, like, because I don't expect that the opening match, Drew versus Jacob on night one, I don't think they're going to get to make either of their entrances. Do we see something like that happen at WrestleMania for Brock and Oba?
Oh, yeah. I think they get their entrances because it's still part of WrestleMania despite being on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And they're going to try to get all those ESPN subscribers over as well, right?
Yeah.
So they want to earn that if they can.
Yeah.
But what OMD is alluding to is that we talked about this on the LRB special on Sunday, where he had mentioned that Jacob and Drew are just going to fight right there. No entrance. It's just going to start right there. They're going to brawl.
Yeah, but I think one of the biggest aura moments for Obafemi is that entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to see that. And if by chance this is Brock Lesnar's last WrestleMania, you're telling me they're not going to give him an entrance at his not potential last Mania?
Yeah.
It's actually really funny. Is word is coming out that one of the matches ESPN asked WWE to have on their thing was Brock and Oba, and supposedly it was always slated to open up the show on the night that there's going. So it's actually really funny that was the case.
And you know what? I've been thinking long and hard about this match opening. I'm happy about this because again, you want to start WrestleMania off with those huge moments. That's how it's been for like the better part of the last decade, I would say.
Well, you always want to be on the opener if you're not at the close. So,
And that's something Ric Flair used to always say.
even Jericho admitted that after his match with KO. They're happy that they went on first.
Yeah. In Ric Flair's case, though, he's like, you always wanted to be on first so that you can go to get to catering or get to your get room service at the hotel.
He also probably liked the alcohol after.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the after party was quick if Ric Flair was on first.
Yep.
Yeah. It's also really funny to know that Seth Rollins has admitted that he knew that Paul Heyman was going to bring Brock Lesnar in, and that's why he handed Brock Lesnar on a silver platter to Oba Femi. It's almost like they foreshadowed that Seth Rollins and Oba Femi have some sort of relationship or partnership without really saying they have one.
Mm-hmm.
Oba is saying it's taken everything out of him not to beat up Paul Heyman.
There's one thing I'm actually starting to really come around to on Oba Femi. Like I love his in ring, but his promo work I always thought needed some work. It's starting to come around for me. I'm starting to enjoy what he's saying, and I'm finding myself looking forward to what he's got to say now.
Well, I mean, when you're watching somebody start, you're always wanting to see how they not only pick it up, but also how they're comfortable being themselves or being their character.
Mm-hmm.
And with Oba Femi, it took him a little while, but yeah, like he is. I mean, we talk about Gunther and how a lot of people overshadow his promo ability. Oba Femi is in that same conversation in my eyes, because if anybody knows who they are, Oba Femi knows exactly who he is.
Ooh.
What I love about Oba Femi is he not only makes you believe that he's doing it, he also allows the audience in with along him, like with the ride. He also includes them in his rise. And I think that's very important to note with Oba Femi.
Mm-hmm.
And Oba Femi knows exactly how to piss off Paul Heyman.
Saying he will slay the beast. He will meet his end.
And I mentioned, what if Paul Heyman turns on Brock, joins Gunther? What happens if he turns on Brock and joins Oba?
It'd be very similar to when Paul Heyman did that with the Big Show, but the only difference is in that buildup, Paul Heyman warned Brock Lesnar about Big Show going into that matchup, and that wasn't more or less a warning on the Big Show. That was more or less a warning that I'm going to turn on you.
Well, it's also a naive Brock Lesnar back then. He ain't naive anymore.
No.
No, you're not gonna play the same game 3 times. No, I believe.
Even if you knew Brock Lesnar for 40 years, you're gonna tell him you can't do anything.
Yeah,
he's gonna just eat you and take a dump bigger than you.
So now it looks like we are getting the music video that Liv Morgan put together.
And as we're getting this, let's show everybody what they get with Turnbuckle Studios every single week. And remember, we have an update, a wrestling update that's going to take into effect on April 26th on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So this calendar will go alongside that and get updated in due time. But check it out.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we go TNA as we brace for Impact at 9 p.m. On Fridays, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday, be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later that night, we have the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day. And please visit turnbucklestudios.org.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, something for you each and every night of the week, not counting our special events like the PLE Patrol or NXT watch parties or WrestleMania prediction shows. But we want you to meet the team, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Parrish, Mr. Best, Logan, myself, Bubba Duke, and Carl Carafel. Click on each of our individual links, get our socials, and watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. And as Chris Parrish alluded to, Sunday, April 26th, the Locker Room Breakdown moves from the Monday night at 7 time slot to Sunday at 7 p.m. We will discuss Raw, we will discuss SmackDown, and it will be the Locker Room Breakdown Wrestling Recap, ladies and gentlemen. And we're hoping for more guests and more of you.
So, thoughts on the Liv Morgan single?
Still didn't get to hear the song because I kept it muted on my screen, so I can't say anything.
I watched the video earlier. I didn't mind the song, though it's not my particular style. I don't necessarily think that it's them branching out into music. I mean, we've seen Zack Ryder at that time do his own song. We've seen Booker T appear in music videos. So I don't know that it's branching. I don't see Liv Morgan having an album coming out anytime soon, but I am intrigued.
Watch at WrestleMania, she announces that she has an album coming out.
Logan, your thoughts?
But yeah, this isn't.
Hmm?
Go ahead, Logan.
Your thoughts on the Liv Morgan song?
I honestly think like it suits her style.
Mhm.
Like just talking about who she is, why she is the way that she is, because that song translates to her new entrance perfectly. And just the way that she sells her character, the whole premise just makes sense to me. It'll be interesting to see how, like, what cut of it that they use, because I don't think they'll use it as like verbatim as the song. They'll do like the WWE style cut to it, and
Right.
they'll have their own way with it, and it'll be something a little bit different, and hopefully we'll all like it.
Now, this being a new single from her, could we see her change it up and start to use this as her theme?
I think that's what Logan was alluding to.
Pretty much, yeah. I would say like this would be her new theme, because like if you're gonna have like the days of old, Shawn Michaels doing his own song, and superstars bringing back their own music videos pretty much to do their own thing. Because I mean, Trick Williams did his own diss track in NXT.
Yeah.
So it might be proper time that they use their multimedia ability to actually promote music in some capacity as well, because they have CFO, they have Def Rebel. Well, I don't think they still work with CFO in any capacity, even though I've seen some things posted of theirs that were theirs at one point. I think they got the rights back to it somehow.
WWE always had the rights. CFO doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, right, true.
No, but I do think there are. I think one of the members of the CFO still works alongside with WWE.
Yeah, I can remember which one it was.
Yeah. After the Def Rebel deal comes to an end, they brought in one of the guys I read somewhere. Yeah. But we talked about wrestlers who sing their own theme songs. I mean, I got to meet one of those in Jacques Rougeau. He sang every single one of his theme songs that he's ever had.
Yeah, and somebody that made a huge leap in the music charts doing his own song and his theme song. One of your favorites, Best, and Joe Hendry. We all see like the popularity of what social media can do.
Yeah,
but also Dynamic. You brought up now Matt Cardona, then Zack Ryder. Like Broski never became his theme song, but it'll be very interesting because I personally I love Liv Morgan's theme song right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, Rusev.
So we alluded to him earlier that we haven't seen or heard from him going into this match, but yes, we are getting Dragon Lee and Javon Evans teaming up to take on Rusev and JD McDonough here in a tag team
match. Now we're gonna get Ray and Penta on commentary.
Honestly, I really hope they bring back the WrestleMania 30, 31. Sorry, I guess he wasn't on the main roster in 30, but in NXT, where he was dominant. He went on to become one of the most dominant United States champions of the time, and defeating John Cena and just wearing him down and like almost making you believe, Superman has kryptonite. So it was something that you were able to at least see that was different of the time. So
I have to ask, does he bring the tank back to WrestleMania?
That was I would love to see that. That was such an epic entrance.
I mean, I asked because like that's his most iconic entrance. With what's going on in the world, that would be a very intriguing topic on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, we know that Javon and Dragon Lee have worked together successfully before as a tag team, going back just as far as last week. We know that Rusev has had history with the Judgment Day when he and Penta were battling with Dom for the Intercontinental title. Can he and JD get on the same page and work together for this match?
The question is, can all four of these guys be on the same page? Because all four of them have one goal in mind, and that's to win the Intercontinental title on Sunday or at WrestleMania. I can't remember which day they're on.
Sunday.
I think because they're the other ESPN match on Sunday for night 2. I think the big question is, do they care about if they win or coexist in this match? Are they like getting ready for WrestleMania? Absolutely. Is the end goal to make sure that you just beat up your opponents? Probably. You want to wear them out before you can make them climb ladders, and then you can really wear them down with a ladder. So I think the big question is are they in the short game of caring about the win in a tag match, or are they thinking long game and thinking, okay, what can I do to beat up my opponents before WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Maximum damage. This that's the name of the game on this one.
And we know that Penta is in the building because we heard from him earlier. We don't know about Ray. Does this break down, and do we get all 6 men at some point battling each other?
I would say if we see maybe JD and Rusev pick up the win and maybe they decide like a beat down after, that's when you get the other 2 baby faces in to make that save. I could see something along that line.
You know, the one thing I'm glad about, and maybe we see it on Friday, but I'm kind of glad that we're not getting that everybody standing on the ladder cutting a promo thing that they used to do.
The only good one was when they were doing the Money in the Bank and Cesaro absolutely got his time to make fun of Jericho, and Jericho's like, I won the first one, 6-1. Where'd you win it? Appleton, Big Apple. One in Stupid Idiotville, all right? Oh, so you won it in your hometown? I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot. Then Ambrose just walks up the ladder and punches Jericho, and then they all brawl. That's all you needed.
Just okay, we're done.
Yeah, and KO's just like, I give up on caring anymore.
Well, that was one of the best ones too. But the one I also like too is the one where R-Truth was in one of the Money in the Banks, and he looks up, he sees the briefcase, he's like, "There better not be a spider in there, because that spider's going to get got."
Well, it's better than him bringing a ladder during the Royal Rumble,
right?
Yeah, there's another one.
And maybe that's why Charlotte's also not doing the moonsault outside.
Because JD's got it covered.
Yeah.
And what a fall away from Rusev to Javon over the announce table.
Just turn them off.
Just a reminder of what an absolute force Rusev is in that ring.
Yeah.
Brute force, that is. I love how there's one of those comedians on that thing that are on the ads. If we're all getting the same ads, that did the Shawn Michaels pose.
Yep.
And what's funny is I actually was introduced to him today. He is very funny.
Yeah, I'm seeing the ad for the Funny AF with Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Uncle Laser is the guy's name. He is funny.
Okay.
I kind of want to tune in and check that out.
Now, which and I will say non of the big four, and I will put the women's main titles and the men's main title matches out. What other match do you think will steal the show at WrestleMania?
I'm still thinking Brock and Oba, but I want to think outside that box a bit here.
It's really hard to bet against that 6-man ladder match. But I could also.
I was going to agree with the ladder match.
I can also see Dom and Finn just going right out of the park with theirs.
But the hope is they actually have the proper time to do so, because at least that way it's worth that 25-minute match, or almost 30
Yeah.
if you want to go that long.
Well, it's
Well,
on Netflix. Do they really have a timetable?
not anymore, really.
Right.
But I mean, that's the thing about the PLEs lately. Since the move to Netflix, every match on the PLEs has been getting time. Now, granted, they shortened them from like doing the typical 7 or 8 matches to 4 or 5 on the PLEs, and I'm fine by that.
Yep. Now, it's also a case of like they're starting earlier for WrestleMania than normal. They're starting at 6 p.m. So are we going to get 6 hours each night and go till midnight?
No.
I think maybe 4 to 4.5 would be appropriate.
I mean, I think last year each night went about 3.5 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
About that, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go with one that had probably the least amount of build. I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins and Gunther being my match of the my show stealing match at WrestleMania.
Okay. And I can appreciate that. I like where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, I think
Well,
I'm
especially after what we just saw, just like it only stands to reason.
Because that's something that, like, even at WrestleMania, it doesn't necessarily have to come to an end there. That is something that you can do that feud. You can either continue it if, we'll say, Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed isn't ready to come back yet, or you can put it on the back burner if they are ready to come back.
Talked about doing moves that we don't see anymore, and there's one right there, the Styles Clash that Dragon Lee has now adopted.
And Dragon Lee taking the win on that one.
Yes, and
now
here comes
it's Dragon
Rusev.
Lee. Is he more of an underdog in this match than we think?
I think so.
Because I wouldn't be shocked if Dragon Lee is your new Intercontinental Champion.
Right. I don't think he is as much of an underdog as we're discussing here, just because we know what he's capable of and we've seen him throughout the years. But the positioning of it, especially with guys like Rusev, the experience of Ray, but we know his history with Ray and the LWO, his history with Penta.
And this is what I wanted to see from Rusev last week, and I'm glad we're getting it this week too. And I could see it in this match that there's going to be a point where all of the members of the match are going to have to team up on Rusev to try and take him down.
But is that
He's
where
your
we get
king,
that?
He's your big guy.
Is that where we get that
He's your
monster spot with all 5 of them beating on him, and then he just throws them all off?
Or does he do the Andre the Giant spot and get tied up in the ropes? That's a spot that hasn't been done in a long time.
That has been a while. That is true.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rusev does more oh my god stuff than people think he would.
Right?
That's the thing I think about too, is we have seen Rusev in ladder matches before, and Rusev has pulled off those, oh my god, I can't believe he just did that. Like, I could see him as he's putting the accolade right now on Dragon Lee. I could see him wrapping somebody up in a ladder and putting the accolade on.
Yep. Can we see him doing a sunset flip bomb over the one ladder and throwing the guy through into the next one?
He's incredibly athletic, so I wouldn't be surprised.
But I mean, how are you not excited after that? We got exactly what we wanted. All 6 participants in there. Rusev, the one we're not talking about before the show, is the one we're talking about now.
Right?
And like I said, that's exactly what I wanted to see out of Rusev.
So, I mean, again, like for a show that had no matches advertised, all we got were matches that made us more interested in everything that's going on.
Right.
So, an absolute solid Raw, and we know that we're gonna main event with what is gonna main event WrestleMania, and that is CM Punk and Roman Reigns. And how can you not be on the edge of your seat when those two are on your television screen?
Yes, and they're there giving us the breakdown for each night.
And this card just, oh my God, it's stacked.
It's very nice.
And to think that's only one night of WrestleMania.
Right?
Yeah.
This is your other night.
And you know, really, the one match we did not talk about at all for WrestleMania tonight was Sami Zayn and Trick Williams.
We've touched on it. We mentioned Trick Williams earlier
Yeah.
in the show.
Logan did mention that he wouldn't be surprised if all the call-ups from NXT win.
Yeah.
Now, because I mentioned John Cena, and I do think that there's going to be something with Danhausen, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there's even something with The Miz, because for some reason, I think this has been an ongoing thing every year in the, for WrestleMania, but somehow The Miz always gets involved with the hosts at WrestleMania too.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Cena and Danhausen? It's the match against Kit and Miz.
Right? Hey, look, there's Danhausen. Speaking of the devil, there's Danhausen.
Oh, I thought you meant Adam Pearce.
I do think that with John Cena hosting, we see The Undertaker come out to announce that John Cena is the headliner for next year's Hall of Fame class.
Makes perfect sense.
So Danhausen basically saying that he has another demand. Could that another demand be that he becomes a co-host for WrestleMania?
I mean, why not?
I'm Danhausen. That's gimmick infringement, brother. That doesn't work for me.
Hey, if we don't rip it off, who will?
Gotta get that money somehow.
Right? I mean, I've been doing Happy Gilmore puns all night. So, I mean,
Roman Reigns is making his way out. We didn't get anything from Finn or Dom tonight other than that quick little video package.
2-second thing,
Finn.
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Well,
But
Dom was
as-
trying to get the match canceled earlier, too.
We did see Dom in
Yeah.
the office trying to get the match canceled. Yeah.
But I was going to say it is also an all hands on deck all weekend, so it's possible that we see something more out of the Finn and Dom situation on Friday as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird because I would have thought I would have got a little bit more, maybe dialogue with those two in the last few weeks. We really haven't gotten as much as I thought. So I kind of feel like that's the one match out of this build at WrestleMania that, I mean, there's always one or two matches that kind of fade away from your radar and you forget that's on WrestleMania. And I don't want to say that we forget about Dom and Finn Balor and the return of the Demon, but it is a match that made you go, oh yeah, this is on as well, because you don't get as much showcase of that match in the last month and then you have on the other ones.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I said, like, it's hard to bet against the ladder match, but Finn and Dom could just as easily steal the show.
Mhm.
But I do wish that it hadn't been announced as the Demon beforehand. I wanted that to be a WrestleMania mind game.
But at the same time, there's only been a handful of times where they didn't announce the demon, and they've always announced the demon weeks in advance.
Well, Bobby's stating that Open Femi is his pick of a match to steal the show, and he also says, "I hope after Mania we see the Creed brothers back on Raw, or maybe even go to SmackDown."
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I'm always intrigued with when we talk about what's to come after WrestleMania. Is always it's not so much a reset, but it's now more of a, all right, we're going to throw something else in. We're going to refresh the page, and we're going to maybe shake things up. And I'm curious to see if we're going to get any roster movement. Is there going to be a draft? Is there going to be trade? Like, is there going to be an announcement of that stuff after WrestleMania?
Yeah,
Right.
I always look at WrestleMania as kind of like the New Year's Eve for WWE, and the Raw after and the SmackDown after are like the new year, the start
Right.
of the new year for WWE.
Well, we always used to see the draft occur in May, so you would get Backlash, and then you could see it. Then a couple of years ago, the last one we had was shortly before Survivor Series. So do you play this out? Because we didn't get the draft last year, despite hearing rumors throughout the year that it was coming. But yeah, do we get that draft? Do we get that trade portal?
Yeah, the last one we got was that open portal kind of a deal. And that was, I think, before WrestleMania.
Yep, it was
last
around
year.
Christmas. It was around Christmas almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, 'cause that's where we saw Drew go to SmackDown. Priest went to SmackDown. LA Knight went to Raw. Like, it was a pretty wild stuff. And I think even that's when we got Jimmy Uso moving over to Raw as well. Yeah, very crazy stuff. But I don't know. I mean, you'd think that there's something in the future.
Because you'd almost wonder, because the fact that this year, I'm pretty sure Money in the Bank is in September
Yes.
this year. So since they're missing something in the summer, why not make June the portal month and make Raw and SmackDown just more chaotic, earning draft picks like you would with an old draft style show, and bring the draft back properly?
But the big event in June is the King and Queen of the Ring now.
Maybe July then. Gifted a month.
Well, I think that's that's not Money in the Bank, but like I think July is
Hell in a
really
Cell.
kind of getting too close to SummerSlam, and I think you kind of want to leave that alone.
Yeah.
SummerSlam's now a WrestleMania comparable, as it is also 2 nights, and might draw better this year. It'll be with this whole markdown on tickets for night one. I'm very intrigued to see if that's gonna really bump up the ticket sales for night one.
Right.
And then are they gonna do something similar for night 2, going from now to the end of maybe SmackDown?
I'm actually curious with the dropping of the ticket sales. Is this a message to TKO for all the rest of the at least for the rest of the year to drop your ticket prices?
Well, from what I have
Well-
been seeing, it is something that they are looking into for the remainder of the year.
Yeah. As Roman Reigns is about to speak, we'll let you know more about this on probably tomorrow on Turnbuckle Talk. But for the meantime, what do you guys want to see out of CM Punk and Roman Reigns tonight?
I want to see the head games. I want to see them verbally joust. I think we need to get away from the physicality in this situation.
Well, what I want to see right now is Roman's response to what I called last week the pipe bomb 2.0.
I was just going to kind of add on and say that This has to more focus on the words rather than the physical.
Yeah.
Things
It's very much
are utterly destroyed. So let's see what we can do to actually get the words across. Because like you guys mentioned, the punk pipe bomb 2.0 is now a thing. So we're looking at something that, let's see what Roman has to say now that he can really cut a promo.
Well, we're not.
Yeah, if they can
now, we're not gonna-
prioritize the focus being about the championship, that is, I think, the big thing here.
Yeah.
I also just love how CM Punk makes Roman wait now.
Well, for a second, he is in the crowd. Okay,
Yeah.
that was just a really strange long shot.
Is this it's like a Shield-esque type thing?
I got to imagine so, because he is coming out in an area where the Shield would be coming to the ring. And he is taking his time with this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a champ. He does what he wants, and he's not just on any champ. He is a very experienced champ. He is someone that's been around the block and has ran the street. And if anybody knows how to get in the headspace of Roman Reigns, CM Punk is right there.
Oh, yeah. CM Punk has already pitched the tent. He's set up camp. He's roasting marshmallows right now. He is in Roman's head.
I hope he's not pitching a tent. I hope he's just getting prepared for WrestleMania.
See, I was going with the analogy that he set up camp in Roman's head.
Yes, I know. I'm just making fun of the wordplay you decided to use.
It's crazy.
Because I don't think that was PG. Bobby coming in saying, I wonder if the Usos get involved again in this battle. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I'm at that point. Yeah, I'm at that point with the Usos that they're out of this situation right now. They've got to focus on the vision and their partnership with LA Knight right now.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see one of them on night 2.
What if we get the reformation of the bloodline? That's what we're really headed for then.
Well, I don't know if we get that, because I kind of expect that after WrestleMania that Jimmy's more than likely going to be taking time off.
Potentially. But I am going to let everybody know that on the Twitch side of things, we will be rating out to Walker Pipe Guy. So let them know who sent you, and let them know that we are supporting him. As on the Twitch side, at the end of this broadcast, we'll be rating out to Walker Pipe Guy. And that's some words from Roman. If you get in this ring, we don't need the mics.
The crowd is just eating this up.
Well, of course. I mean, if there's two guys that make you rise up, it's these two. I do want to say, like, from the betting odds, this is the tightest match to bet on WrestleMania.
Yeah, because I've gone and looked at those odds now, and they're fluctuating right now.
Like, even like Bet Online is saying varies. You don't see the word varies very often on bets.
No, and that's the thing with this that I'm loving about this match is like, because you look at like the betting odds from past year's WrestleMania, a lot of them were pretty set in stone at this point, but that's not the case with this one.
So the big question is, in the chat, guys, let us know who you think is walking out of WrestleMania, the World Heavyweight Champion. Probably coming in saying CM Punk.
This is a very Punk is just spitting about just exactly how he feels about Roman and how often he's main evented WrestleMania, how long he held the championship.
He even says that he envies Roman Reigns. Now apologizes for bringing up his father in a promo.
And that references a couple weeks back when the Usos asked for Roman or for Punk's apology on that.
Mm-hmm. No. And we're getting this might just be the best way of getting in someone's head that we've seen from these two. Because it looks like Roman's guard was let down as CM Punk entered the ring with the microphone. I'm very intrigued with how this match is going to go. I just got to ask.
Raise an eyebrow is going to come out. It's got to be here.
And if it's not at curiosity, is anybody upset that our zebras are fighting each other?
Not at all.
My daughter is, but in a funny way. She's like, "Oh, zebras are fighting at WrestleMania? That's crazy." I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah."
I think what I just respect CM Punk so much about on his promos is that he could take a simple phrase and make that his narrative of his promo. As just the phrase, tell me when I'm telling, or say when I'm telling lies, has been the basis of this whole promo.
And yeah, and that line harkens back to when he first came back to the WWE close to 3 years ago now. And again, who was involved in that? Roman. Indirectly, of course, but he was out there.
And we got probably the most somber, quiet promo between these two right
And
now.
Roman saying that was the truest stuff I've ever heard up until the end.
So, I mean, this gives you a lot of Stone Cold Rock vibes, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I keep thinking about that. Again, the build up to WrestleMania X7, the sit down promo that Rock and Austin had just before that, and just how intense that moment, that sit down promo was between the two of them.
I mean, we're almost getting that professional jealousy out of these two right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Some focus and prioritizing on that World Heavyweight Championship that's around the waist of CM Punk. I'm actually quite impressed with how much Acknowledge Me has still stayed relevant in the world of pro wrestling.
Just the way he ended that promo, now that you have said that, he making CM Punk, or saying that he's going to make CM Punk acknowledge him. I can't wait for Sunday now. I can't wait for this weekend as a whole because of what happened, what we saw tonight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
And as promised, if you're on Twitch, you have been rated out to Walker Pipe Guys. So if you haven't, check him out. Great guy. But yeah, everyone, thoughts on tonight's Raw? And that was the final Raw before WrestleMania. We are now at that point. What were your thoughts?
That was one of the best go-home shows to a PLE that I have ever seen. This was absolutely brilliant for them saying, we're keeping our clothes to our vest. They kept the focus off the physicality between Brock and Oba. They kept the focus on the words between Roman and Punk. The matches we got tonight completely caught us off guard, and they delivered each and every time. I don't think there was a bad finish. I don't think there was an absolute lull in the show, and I just cannot wait for what Friday, Saturday, Sunday have to bring us. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for me, it is on turnbucklestudios.org/hosts, and you can find me there.
Yeah, as I was stating, like this show just put me over that edge, and I wish WrestleMania was tomorrow. I really do. But we still have Friday to deal with. We still have, yeah, we still have Friday to deal with. We've got just so much to that this show has just offered, and that I'm just reeling from that promo. Words cannot describe just how Roman Reigns ended that.
Yeah. Logan, your thoughts on Raw?
More or less, yeah, exactly. Like we kept it simple. You had Roman and Punk stick to what they should be sticking to, is just words, keeping it verbal. Save the big stuff for the big money match, right?
Yeah.
Don't give away the steak. Just let the sizzle happen. So I mean, most of the show was exactly what it needed to be. It would have been nice to see a little bit more Dom and Balor, just to kind of get that a little bit more prominent on the card. But other than that, I would say a solid show, top to bottom.
Yeah, and you asked Dynamic about not mad at any of the finishes. I think today would have been the one Raw we can say. I don't think who won, who lost mattered in any way. I think it just was the fact that we knew all the stories were being told, and I think that's just it. And best, you kind of said it without saying it. It just makes you wish WrestleMania was now, and that's just it. But we do have one last episode of SmackDown Security Detail to get through, and then we're off to the races live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for night one of the PLE Patrol of WrestleMania. But yeah, as you also alluded to, turnbucklestudios.org/hosts is where you can find all of us on social media. So please check that out and let us know what you thought, not only in the comments, but just in general as well. And I guess this is the end of the show. OMD, why don't you take us home?
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to remind you all the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.